What's up, brothers and sisters? It's your brother G World 7_D out here in the track, doing it where I'm at, getting that exercise in. Yeah, I'm gonna make a quick video. I want to talk about, because I usually don't talk about this stuff as much, but some of them incidences that happened to them black folks and black Americans, Aboriginal black Americans in Ghana, and the barefoot mountain lady in Jamaica. Let me say this, man. Don't support individuals who openly hate your ass. All right? Don't support them, man. But some of us just see them, oh, those are black people. Those are people. That's not true. All right, now, I study and I'm concerned about what goes on with black people globally. All right? But particularly, first and foremost, the Aboriginal Americans. All right? Aboriginal North Americans. Aboriginal black North Americans. Let me emphasize that. All right? We do have allies, brothers and sisters, globally. And they need to call out these coons, just like some of us need to stop honoring some of these coons and sellouts here in America, man, call them heroes. Oh, man, just call them what they are. But we had to understand is that there's a lot of these sellout blacks who are coming from these other countries. They're being brought here as replacement Negroes. All right? Those are basically, they see them as docile, willing to do anything and everything they please, and they had no connection to the crimes that were committed in this country compared to Aboriginal black Americans. I refuse to use the term African because I'm not African. I'm an Aboriginal black American. So those individuals don't have a connection to this country. They're not of the lineage or the bloodline. That is what bothers me, that our people listen to morons like Garfield, like Sadnetta, all right, like Polite. And I'm not saying all people of foreign extractions are our enemies, because they're not, but those individuals are our enemies within. That Tanya TKO chick, that Chrissy, those are idiots, man, who's there to cause confusion in our community, man. We cannot listen to them. We should not listen to them. And we should basically, anyone who tells you to abort your own black male babies and stuff like that, tell you to dead out of your race, that's just, right there to tell you commit genocide and wipe yourself off this planet. And they're doing things that white folks want to do, but they will not do. What they cannot say openly. They had these Negroes to do it for them, they're Negro minions. So we don't need to, honor or have these Negroes speaking for us, period. But that barefoot mountain lady, Jamaican chick, just don't support her, man. She sounds ignorant. I think she's into her zaddies. She won't even date her own Jamaican man, probably. She's into zaddies. It's just self-hate, man. It's just self-hate. I would never choose any other race of woman, particularly a white woman, over a black woman. White women try to act black, want to look black, but then they hate blacks, especially black women. But some women don't understand. Some of our sisters don't understand it. They think they have a sisterhood with white women, which they don't. And that's a problem. And that's a problem that we need to get over as a race, a group. And I'm gonna move from that. Yeah. Whew, feels good out here. Man. Whew. Ooh, it feels real good out here. But yeah, we can't have outsiders speak on our issues like that and willing to dog us out. Man, it does feel good out here. Dog us out and to and try to belittle us. We can't allow that to happen. So, like, in this Barefoot Mountain lady, I'm hearing that some white women are complaining about her, man. But she want to say she don't want to do business with black Americans because black Americans, they're no guts except for a few, a couple. Oh, my goodness, man. There's obviously some self-hate in them, but also some jealousy jealousy against us. These individuals do want to be the face of black America, or America, the global face. Because when you think about the global face of black people, you think about Aboriginal black Americans, all right? And our music goes around the globe. This is like, this is Black Music Month. This is Aboriginal Black American Music Month, all right? Our music, our music should be honored. Our music should be cherished. But now it seems like people are trying to hijack our music and our culture, man. And even other black people are trying to do that. And that's sad. But that also tells you that what Umar Johnson was talking about, Pan-Africanism, that doesn't work, man. That mindset doesn't work. I'm willing to work with like-minded black people, but just because you're black and you think that we all on the same page, I don't think so, man. I don't think so. Because our condition is a little bit different. We know how white folks get down. Okay, I'll say South Africans know how white folks get down. A lot of black people in Australia, the Aboriginal black folks, know how white folks get down. But there's a lot of unfortunately, some of our brothers, and some black people, I ain't gonna use the term brothers and sisters, some black people just don't see that. They want to be embraced and get the pat in their head and get the accolades from white folks, because that's their big thing, man. They want to be accepted, and that's sick. It really is. It's truly sick. And so a lot of these foreign countries, a lot of them have been defeated. You know, you have a section of them who are pro liberation of our people, and then there's some who just, man, who just want to be accepted by white folks. And even here in America, man, you keep hearing these Negroes keep talking about 1619 and 400 years. I'm telling you this now, that mess they did on ABC, I didn't watch it. I might sit down and actually watch that mess on that Watch ABC app. But that mess is inaccurate, brothers and sisters. I'm telling you now, they did 3 hours of that mess on a lie about 1619, man. That is not true. Our history goes back to the Aboriginal blacks here and the black nobility, or the black Europeans from Europe. That's what we are made of. That's what we're mostly made, and some black Mongoloid too. And there weren't that many Africans brought over here as slaves. All right, let's just make this clear. There weren't that many Africans brought over here as slaves. And that mess about the 1619 is very disgusting, because that's not true. All you gotta do is do some simple-minded research and know that's not true. Basic research, that is inaccurate information. Even some of the white liberal stores and conservative stores are saying it's not true. 1619 is not true. But until we get out of that indoctrination of thinking that we just came over here in the ship, we're going to continue to be in the condition that we are and not act on what needs to be acted on, because we think of ourselves as just being a conquered people that was brought over here, and the only way we got over here is someone shipped us over here. That's wrong information. All right, but the lady over in Jamaica represented a defeatist attitude. And you get it with some Africans with their defeatist attitude. And then when they get in trouble, we all the same. No, we're not. And not all black people are the same. We are different. We are different. And there's nothing wrong with it. I hate when people say we are the same. We're not the same. Culturally not the same. We eat different foods. We have different music. You know, all of the music comes from Africa. No, it doesn't. Stop the line. Stop the line. No, it doesn't. We all created our own different forms of music, but the Black American has been the most influential around the world, and that bothers a lot of these other Negroes, man. It bothers a lot of these other Negroes, and that is a big problem. But the way we dress, the way we do things is so different, and so we got to understand that we're not the same. We're not the same, and we all are not the same. So when people take that mindset and that attitude, they're just basically trying to erase the contribution of your ethnicity or group, what they have done and what they have contributed to world society. And I want brothers and sisters here in America to really study your history. I give you information because I want you to connect the dots also for yourself. You know, some of these Negroes on YouTube, man, I scratch my head because they want to relegate you to West Africa. And that's very inaccurate, man. And like I said, there's certain Africans on there that start talking about Black American history. I don't think they need to be doing that. I think what they need to do is study it and then learn from Black Americans. Don't sit up there and tell us who we are and where we come from. That's very arrogant, ignorant, and it tells me not only you're very ignorant and you don't know what the hell you're talking about, but you're being very disrespectful. Extremely disrespectful. You're being extremely disrespectful because you don't know. And most of them don't know. They don't know our history. They want to preach that mess. The white folks are giving us that we come from a slave ship. That is a lie. We were already here. Majority of us are already here from the Black empires that were built here. I've studied this for years. I know about the various different Black empires. And then what these white scholars have done is giving them different names, man, trying to make them different people. Some of them were the same people, but a different branch came in a later time. And they sailed around the world, and they migrated around the world, and they built around the world, and they took their knowledge around the world and spread it around the world. Their building technologies, how they were able to carve into rock. It was an ancient culture that was able to carve into rock globally. And they didn't use no damn copper tools. They smelted iron. I said that in previous videos, man. These white folks are done a lot of lying. A lot of lying. A lot of lying. When you study, like I said, the Vikings, the original Vikings were Negroes, man. When you study the Celts, when you study all the people of the British Isles that originally were Negroes. But what these people have done in a sick way is to try to erase us out of the history books totally and take our history, make it theirs, but give us theirs. All right, you got to understand, the first time whites came to the Americas, they were slaves. They were slaves of Black empire rulers. All right, Black rulers from the ancient empire, they were slaves. And the Blacks were the masters. See, when people say they know white folks never brought here the slaves to America, they haven't really done their history. Because white folks were brought to America as slaves, and they were used as sacrifices to the Black rulers. They were here as slaves. All right, let's stop that. So the original whites who came to the Americas were slaves. Period. They were slaves. And they were sacrificed. So let's keep this real, man. But and most of the Negro scholars are not going to tell you that because they want to continue to get a pat in the head. And your Black boule not going to tell you that because they want to get they want to sit there and have their little tea and crumpets, smoke their cigars. I don't know if I'm not going to say that, but I don't know this. And they want to have their cigars, want to sit around and tell their little stale-ass jokes and brag about how much better they are than other black folks, man. I've been around them Negroes, man. I've been around them all my life, man. I know how they get down. So it's a sad thing. It's a sad thing. And unfortunately, how people are being, quote, misled. But this is the truth. White folks aren't indigenous to anything. So stop trying to worship them and stop trying to honor them. When you have idiots like Tanya TKO, who makes comments talking about black men chase after white women, they make themselves available for white women because they listen to different types of music. All American music was created by black men between the ages of 16 to 34. R.I.P. all so-called American music was created by black men between the ages of 16 to 34. Okay, but remember, she wants to blast black Americans, you know, but then she's Caribbean in one instance. See, we can't continue to allow this, man. And that's why I harp on this and I attack this. We can't continue to people like her, and we cannot continue to support people like that little mountain lady because she's black. She's a black woman who many in her culture, not all, because there's plenty of Jamaicans who get down with us, but she represents many in her culture who hates Aboriginal North Americans, who hate Aboriginal North Americans. Number one, they hate some of us who don't even address ourselves as black, which I don't agree with that, because black, there's nothing wrong with black, all right? I think brothers need to cut that out, because black is not negative. That's white men that did that, but I'm not going to get into that, but they can't stand that we address ourselves as Aboriginal. This is a real serious problem. This is a real serious issue. They cannot stand us addressing ourselves as Aboriginal, which we are Aboriginal people of this land. They want us to use the term African, say that we are all African, and we are the same. No, we're not. Not every single black person is African. Like I said, when I look at some of these black folks here in America, man, some of them have features of like Khoisan Negroes. Some of them have features like Aboriginal black people of Australia. We have various different features. We look various different ways. So, my simple thing is this, man. Trash the Pan-Africanism. Just get with black people who you can ally with, who you're down with, who's on the same page as you globally, and just get out of just that we all black, we are the same mess, because that has hurted us, man, and it's going to continue to hurt us until we wake the hell up. Peace and love, brothers and sisters. I'm out.